Hello everyone and welcome to the Deep Blue Renegade podcast. My name is Molly, also known as the Deep Blue Renegade, and I'd like to welcome you guys to episode 348. Today is Saturday, December 19th, 2020, and I'm glad you could join me today. I still feel like a newscaster. Making it sound official. So I had to wait 5 minutes for my neighbors to stop being excited about saying goodbye, I think. there were pictures, there were squealing. I don't even know. So doing it outside, what can we do? But then I realized I might as well stop because the light will degrade, and that won't be the best. But it was the case where I was very gently trying to free my yarn from itself because I had shoved it into a bag, and it is now that I feel some regrets about this initial game plan. But I ended up going on an adventure today, which is why we are dealing with degrading light now, because I didn't want to, or would it be? I didn't want to go late. I'm sure would it be on the list of things to do, maybe it wasn't too crazy, but I don't know. It was an adventure. I needed an adventure. Which then means that I finally got a decent step count for... I'm assuming I got a pretty decent step count today. And if it doesn't count for steps, it certainly should count for stairs. Because if I decide to walk somewhere, I will have to walk uphill to return home. Alright, I think I finally got it sorted. So what has happened is that I am using my Anchorworks Lazy Kate with a little yarn caddy attachment. But there didn't seem to be any point in taking my yarn caddy with me on my little journey. There was no need to spin the yarn, which may be an argument for why that may not be the best choice for my normal lifestyle, but it is the perfect thing for hanging out in this spot knitting. But it is perfect for that. So, what would it be? I guess we're gonna listen to my husband pop what we're up to. I did tell him I was podcasting, but whatever. But I wanted to break this free because I wanted to get this free because I wanted to be able to weigh the yarn so I could figure out how far I've gotten this week. Right now, I believe that I'm on track for actually finishing this in actually a pretty short amount of time, which is cool. So this is Wollmeise Lace in the Bittersborn colorway that I'm pretty sure I picked up at, I'm pretty sure this was one of the skeins that I ended up picking up when I went to the brick and mortar Wollmeise store in Pfaffenhofen an der Ilm. And so there was one knot. I've already passed it, and I got it from their discount section. A German lady judged me for how much yarn I bought, but it is coming along pretty nicely. So this marker is where I left off last week, but I managed to get pretty good distance here. So, and obviously it's going to continue to grow and grow and grow. So this much first week, and oh yeah, we'll get that sort of pointy. We ended up getting this much this week. So, would it be? And it is the perfect movie watching knitting. So, all you need is like a little bit of light every so often to be like, did I catch that stitch? And is it a decrease row? That's all you need. All you need for this project right now. And but I also think is really nice. So even though you guys can't see the purple, it isn't pooling too crazy. So you're definitely like seeing some patterns, but overall the impression is more on the tonal side than the variegated side. So even though it's like a reddish purple, a blue and a darker blue, it's very harmonious. It isn't distracting, crazy, wackadoodle variegated. So it's very beautiful. Very beautiful. So I will have to weigh this. Last week I was at 265 of 325 grams. So I can only assume that I'm a good bit further. So it may be the case where if this ends up being the project I like working on, like this could be something where I could make some significant progress while I'm on vacation. We shall see. But I'm gonna not put this back on the yarn caddy yet because I still need to weigh it. I don't want to weigh it right now. So, I explain the yarn. The pattern is Via Hante. It is a Martina Bam pattern because why not knit a mile of yarn into a lovely body tube? It's fine. We'll make it work. So that was the project that I took with me in my DFW Fiberfest duffel bag of traveling. Oh, this is heavy. There are reasons why it's heavy, but that isn't the end of the world. So I wore my sweater as I walked down the hill, but I very quickly realized the sweater was far too warm for walking back up the hill. Most of it, I don't know what's in. There must be stuff in my bag that shouldn't be there that is, because it's heavy. Things are much lighter now. So, the other thing, or the other things that got progress this week were my Joris stuffies. So I am, there is some danger in being so close to the fiber. It is artfully cropped out of the frame. So I am knitting Joris, and that is an Anita Wilshucht pattern. It is for, or would it be, probably a dragon. her like description in the pattern is like, it's like Joris doesn't want people to be scared that he's a dragon. This is a very gentle, adorable dragon. So working it on double points, mostly my number 3s, but I don't have enough number 3s to work in double points, so I also have a golden yellow 2 in there as well. So mostly 3, but a little bit of 2. And I think I'm gonna have a lot of leftovers, but oh well. So I've got the body complete, one of the arms on this guy, so it has its cute little 3 fingers and its elbow, and it looks like it has this like adorable little elbow patch. This arm ended up a bit more stripy, where colors were landing on top of themselves in the ball of yarn, and this one is a little bit more marled, so the colors are a little bit more crazy, but I'm not gonna do anything to change that. I am not actively managing the color. I am passively accepting what colors come. So hopefully it's not too many more rounds before I get to do another hand, and then I'll probably go and do the arms on my other one. So this one is out of Sassy Sheep Renaissance in the peacock color, and it's 150 gram skein, so I guess I'm not surprised that I'm going to have a lot of leftovers from this guy. And speaking of big skeins, my other Joris the 6th, I am currently knitting out of Urban Girls Yarns Virginia Fingering in the Loud and Proud colorway. So this guy has no arms so far, but this one I'm a little bit better depleted on the ball of yarn, but this guy is 125 gram. 125 gram skein, so it's a little bit smaller than the other one. In the past, so my Joris, which is sitting up there, I knit out of Mountain Colors, and that was more like, that was a 4-ounce skein, so that was like 115. So, whatever. I've knitted out of, whatever, Mountain Colors twice, and then I did, what would it be? Indie dyed fingering before, and now I'm knitting it out of more indie dyed fingering. I really did actually like the Mountain Colors quite a lot. But by the time I knit it, I was no longer living in the town with the Mountain Color store, so. Oh, such is life. So they've been getting various progress. I did the dragons to be like, oh man, like that would be a very light thing to carry on my adventure. But what would it be? But that requires a lot more glancing at the instructions, so it's not good movie knitting, and it's not good walking up and down the hill knitting. So few flats. So few flats. But such is life. And now, getting close. It's focusing. I may be sitting a little bit too far back right now, but like we're gonna run out of sunshine, guys. I don't know, maybe not. Like, but you can see where the white is. Like, we're gonna run out of good light soon. So I have a finished bobbin. So this is my Through Waters Farm Fin in the Black Mountain Blue. This is the one I spun from the braid as it came, and this one I blended as a pair of bats. So I took my remaining 8 ounces, split those in half, and then alternated in order to blend the bats as much as possible. And what would it be? I didn't end up making new bats on Monday, but I did have a chance to do it on Tuesday. So I have gotten, what would it be? Actually pretty far on the third and final bobbin of the project. So I have very fluffy, I was paying more attention to the colors as I was making it, which probably wasn't the brightest idea. So this one might be a little bit less semi-solid, so it'll be sort of in the middle of these guys. So this guy, the bottom one's going to have a lot of color blocks. This other one's going to be much more subtle, and this one's sort of in the middle between the two. So they're definitely some longer runs of like a particular color. I'm trying not to think about it as I'm spinning it, but I did manage to get some pretty good progress. So, what would it be? So when I finish this one, I think that'll be the quarter point, or maybe actually a bit further. No, I'll just stick those down there. It's like there's not a lot of room on my table at the moment. You can't really see. So I've got my giant blue hands going again. I think right now we've got I think this is a 6-finger situation. Oh no, we're to 5 now. So it's come together actually really fast. So I've got my bats. They're light and fluffy. They're slightly different colors depending on what side you're looking at. So this one has light blue on this side and more bright blue on the outside and darker in the middle. And this one is probably, so it's darker on this side, lighter on this side. And you can sort of see that when you look at sort of the edge of the little fingers. But that's just so that I alternate. So I pre-split them so that I had 8 different lengths of bat, which is pretty easy to do because my drum carder makes quarters pretty easy. So it's not too much more work to make it 8s. And then I'm just spinning 2 links, ripping 2 new links off, and going so on and so forth like that. So we'll see how that comes together. It would be nice to wrap up the project because it has been going on for a pretty long time. Like, so this morning we had a meetup with the Fun Onions, which is a seriously creative group of people on Ravelry. And I've realized that as I was working on that project that the last time we had a meetup for Tour de Fleece, that was when I started this project. So I started this whatever, it was like late June when Tour de Fleece, or whatever, the usual time of Tour de Fleece instead of what ended up being the whatever, instead of it being synchronized with Tour de France. As you do. Silliness. So, not too crazy, but motory. But it was just, I just had to laugh at myself a little bit because, like, the project has, or what would it be? Like, stuff, I started working on it knowing that I was going to have some more deadline spinning going on, and so it's taken a long time to get back to it. So it would be good to finish. Let's see. So it's coming along. Things continue on. The plan is to knit a hinterland, which is by Jennifer Steingass. And we'll see what yardage I end up getting out of the blue. As whatever. We're back to the excitement next door. Alright. So I need to pull out my my minis, as you do. Or whatever. So it'd be a case where one of the women in my knit group works at the LYS, and the LYS is what would it be? My LYS is whatever, 1.6 miles away by walking from my house. Which apparently is approximately a 35-minute walk. I'm assuming downhill. I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure how long it is on the uphill side. But what was it? wanted to pick up some yarn that would end up coordinating with these minis. So these are 6 20-gram minis. And luckily, the owner actually had this very pack in her shop, so I was able to look at some yarn in person to figure out which one would end up looking really, really nice with these. So I got, what would it be, the same base of yarn from the same dyer, and this is the Daily City Birthday Party, which is a part of the Pretty Pretty Princess collection. And it's a gray base with all of the neon speckles that are in here. So I held it up and went back and forth and decided that this was going to be the perfect contrast, but coordinating to go with it. So very, very excited about that, because I ended up picking this up, and then just because I was like fascinated by the minis, and then ended up realizing that I probably needed a better plan for it than that. So I should be able to make something approximately Schlunkett sized, which is very exciting. So I may need to figure out what the right proportions of each thing is, but I'm excited. So what would it be? So that was the surprise plan that I ended up getting when I realized that all of that stuff was like in stock and I could look and compare and call it good. But the reason why I went was that they have like a little like closeout sale. And so at the end of the year, the owner, I believe Catherine, like decides that she's not going to carry some stuff anymore, and then you, on the first time period, it's 70% off, and then it's 60, 50, and then for the rest of the time it's 40. And so I ended up getting these two skeins on Uber sale. So if the 70% off sale started today, I figured that you wanted to come as early as possible for this. So I ended up getting, shoppable gradient. So this is in all sorts of delightful denim colors that I already love. And then I ended up picking up a skein of this. So this is Alpaca Cloud. So it is 74% baby alpaca, 20% silk. And this one is Cree Blood. So if anyone has watched, or would it be? If anyone has watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you'll know the reference. But so I don't know if it's the case where they weren't, and this is whatever, dyed by them. So we're talking super fluffy alpaca with the fun little pops of blue. So I was thinking that these two would actually make a really awesome project together. So you have sort of that bright cheerful green with the bright cheerful green fluff with this blue gradient, and they're both about the same length. This guy is probably closer to worsted-y. Yeah, so this is like 260 meters, so this is DK gradient singles, and then this guy was 328 yards. So I figured that would look really cute and fun. So I'm, it's possible that it will be something, it's possible this will end up being something brioche, channeling my fabulous Stephen West vibes. In like the spirit of Stephen West, not like explicitly following the pattern. But you know, who knows? So it just spoke to inspiration. So, and it was very, very exciting to, what would it be? Now I'm slightly curious. Slightly curious. Oh yeah. This was $16.80. Downright thrifty. I paid full price for my size neck yarn. But this, my friends, was a screaming deal. So, should be fun. So, whatever. It's not like I can get any. It's not like I can get any more of this, but it just made me happy. So, should be a fun adventure. Because I have never tried the alpaca silk before, so should be exciting. And I was very excited because it ended up reminding me that it's almost time to take the great stash picture. So that, or would it be? So that was exciting to me. I think part of this goes back to would it be now that I've had like a really good focus on knitting for like the past few months. Like I'm seeing like holes in the stash. Like there's just a little bit more room, a little bit easier to put things away, and that's like very exciting to me. So it's just cool. So it should be fun to lay everything out and see how everything comes together. And I think a big part of that was just I ended up getting like, or would it be now that I have what 2 skeins of fingering out, turning into stuffies, and then I got 2 skeins of Lomisa lace weight mostly out. So I still have pretty decent leftovers from the sweater, but I won't have any leftovers of my Rittersport. So very, very exciting to have that open up. And now I'm just sort of dreaming about what sort of shenanigan-y Stephen Westy thing I will do with these. Because they are not, or would it be, neons, blacks, and grays are not my normal, but I just find this to be super duper exciting. And seems ripe with possibilities. Or just brioche. I'm definitely feeling the brioche very much so right now. I cannot explain to you why it is that I feel so very much so the brioche. So just because it's so squishy. I might need to mix up what patterns I'm making with it. Maybe. Just a little bit. So, let's see. But, I don't know. I am on vacation for the next few weeks, which should be lovely. And I guess we'll see where my creativity ends up taking me. Would it be? It's probably going to be very typical for, or would be like would it be oftentimes what ends up happening is it's a bit like whatever, you're hunkering down for a while. I do have actually a very excellent view of the conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter from my window, so not that I can take pictures of it for you, because I don't think my camera has enough, or would it be enough light collecting ability to be able to capture that, but that was pretty cool and exciting. So on Monday they will appear to be on top of each other from our perspective from Earth. Yeah, and I'm just thankful that I am in one of the safest parts of California right now, so even though things don't look good and things are whatever coronavirus-wise, like, what would it be? The odds are better here. So, what would it be? And then we'll have to figure out what sort of excitement and whatever general cheerfulness will end up happening as we head towards Christmas. Whatever the Dear Sweet Lovable One and I will need to negotiate about what that dinner is going to look like, but I have a plan and I think you'll accept it, so. If not, who knows, whatever. Or would I will not be spending 2 days cooking for it because, yeah, no. That does not sound like fun right now. So there may be a decent amount of knitting while offering moral support, so we'll make it work. So I expect that I actually will be recording again on the 26th. That should be fun. I've got nowhere to go, no people to see. I can hang with you guys. Today I had people to see. Whatever, it works out. But yeah, no, not too much exciting here otherwise. It's most of the excitement is, what would it be? What I'm watching and what I'm working on and what in the world are we gonna have for dinner. This is not a vacation from feeding myself, sadly. Whatever. Shouldn't be too crazy. So, with that, I hope you guys have a lovely week and a Merry Christmas if you celebrate. And I'll talk to you again next week. So, take care, guys. Bye-bye.